Good morning, students. Myself is Manash, Kalita, Department of Mathematics, Assam Downtown University. A very warm welcome to our university. Okay, so I will take your maths classes for first semester, and the subject code of this class is BSC 102, and for the sum of the classes it is BSC 103. The name of the paper is Multivariable Calculus and Matrices. Okay, so I will take you topic matrix and some portion of calculus. So today I will start the topic matrix. Okay, so today I start a very basic class of matrices. Actually, all of you get matrix in your second year. So let's start. Now, what is a matrix? So a matrix is an ordered rectangular array of numbers or functions. The numbers or functions are called the elements or the entries of the matrix, and it is denoted by these symbols. That means what you got from here, every elements of a matrix is called either elements, or it can be also called as entries. Now, next thing is, what is the order of a matrix? So see, if a matrix has m rows and n columns, then its order is written as m by n. If a matrix has order m by n, then it has mn number of elements. Now see here, though it is written as m cross n, but it is read as m by n. This is the structure of a m by n matrix. That means how many rows are there? Total m number of rows are there, and total n number of columns are there. Now we discuss about different types of matrix. So first one is column matrix. So what is a column matrix? See here, a matrix which has only one column is called a column matrix. Now see this example, how many columns are there? 1 columns are there. And what is the number of rows? It is 3. So this type of matrix is called column matrix. Second one is what? Row matrix. So a matrix which has only one row is called a row matrix. See this example, how many rows are there? Only 1 rows are there. So this kind of matrix is called row matrix. So next one is what? Zero or null matrix. So a matrix is said to be a zero or null matrix if its all elements are 0. This is an example of a zero matrix, and it is generally denoted by this symbol O. So next one is square matrix. So all of you know that what is a square? A square means where length is equal to breadth. Same way in case of matrix, if the number of columns is equal to the number of rows, then the matrix is called a what? Square matrix. So this is an example of square matrix. See how many rows are there? 2 rows are there. And how many columns are there? 2 columns are there. So next one is diagonal matrix. So what is a diagonal matrix? A square matrix is called a diagonal matrix if all the entries other than the diagonal are equal to 0, then the matrix is called a what? Diagonal matrix. So see, in this case only the diagonal elements are non-zero, rest all elements are equal to 0 here. Now one thing you have to remember, some elements of the diagonal may also be equal to 0. There is no problem. The only thing you have to know is what? All the entries other than the diagonal must be equal to 0. So next one is scalar matrix. So a diagonal matrix whose all diagonal elements are equal is called a scalar matrix. See this matrix, these are all the diagonal elements are what? Same. So that's why it is a what? Scalar matrix. Next one is unit or identity matrix. So a diagonal matrix in which all diagonal elements are one is called an identity matrix. That means all the diagonal elements must equal to what? I am. Okay, so what is the order of the matrix? It is 3. So it can be written as I3. That means a matrix, an identity matrix of order n can be written as what? I suffix n. Now we discuss about what is equality of matrices. So when two matrices are said to be equal, first thing is what? The order of the matrix must be same, and the second thing is what? The corresponding elements of the matrices should be equal. Next one is what? Operation on matrices. So I think all of you know this operation of matrices. So how we can add two matrix? So first thing is when we can add or subtract two matrix. So first thing is the order must be same. Then only we can add or subtract two matrix, and we have to add the corresponding elements of the two matrix. Clear? Now what are the properties of addition of matrices? So first property is what? Commutative property. So what it is? A plus B is equal to B plus A. And the second one is what? Associative law. That means A plus B plus C equal to A plus B plus C. Next one is existence of identity, additive identity. That means if we add any matrix with a null matrix, the result will be always the same matrix. So this null matrix is called what? Additive identity. Okay. So next we discuss about multiplication of a matrix by a scalar quantity. That means if we multiply a matrix by a scalar quantity, then what happens? All the entries of the matrix must be multiplied by that scalar quantity. Clear? So what are the properties of scalar multiplication of a matrix? So see here, this is K is a scalar quantity. That means it can be anything, 1, 2, 3, anything. K into A plus B equal to what? K A plus K B. Now next thing is multiplication of matrices. So when we can multiply two matrices, let A and B be any two matrices, then their product AB is defined if and only if the number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B. Then only the multiplication of matrix AB exists. Clear? Now what are the properties of matrix multiplication? So first thing is what? Matrix multiplication is not commutative. That means AB not equal to BA for all cases. Maybe sometimes it is equal to AB equal to BA, but it is not always happen that AB is equal to BA. But it satisfies the associative law. That means A into B into C is equal to A into B as a whole into C. Now multiplicative identity. So in case of matrix, actually identity matrix is called the multiplicative identity. Okay. So that's all for today class. Today I talk about some basic concept of matrices. Okay. So next classes I will start the topic inverse of a matrix. That means how we can find out the inverse of a matrix. Okay, then that's all for today.